What is good, YouTube? Today I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how I would balance every single card in Clash Royale if I was working for Supercell. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually get kind of tilted about this game because it is rigged and I just don't have the exact proof to prove it. But one of the most major things that does not help is these cards not being balanced. Okay, I mean, they're not. I understand they're nerfing cards like Goblin Machine, for example. They nerfed Goblin Machine. Yeah, that's amazing. They nerfed it. Not enough. Not even nearly enough, right? So today, I'm going to go through every single card that you can think of, okay? From commons all the way up to champions, and tell you exactly how I would balance them. Some of them are going to get buffs, some of them are going to get reworks, some of them nerfs, and some of them don't need to be touched. I'm going to be telling you guys, let me know if I have ball knowledge in the comments. Let's start off with skeletons. All right, skeletons. We're going to be going over the normal and the evos, by the way, if they have the evo variant. I think skeletons are balanced. Honestly, the evo's pretty balanced too. They nerfed it a while back, making it from 4 skeletons to 3. I was waiting for it to show up. But honestly, I think they're balanced. 4 was probably a little bit on the hefty side, but again, like 1 log just takes it out, so it doesn't really matter that much. The only thing that maybe it would change is with a lumberjack, and that's all I could think of. So, yeah, I think skeletons are pretty balanced. That's not what I'm here to complain about today. Fire Spirit. Fire Spirit alone, like in this use of the video here, is fine. Like that's fine, whatever. I don't think it should do more area damage than a fireball or to the king tower. I don't have a level 15, so you can't see, but at level 15, it does more than a fireball. Like, literally, it does over 300 damage. I don't think why? It's not the Fire Spirit alone, it's when you combine it with the Furnace, right? The Furnace is constantly spawning these things, so every time the Furnace spawns a Fire Spirit, it's essentially a fireball on just a walking fireball. So yeah, I mean, that's the only reason the Furnace is good now. Even the OG Furnace was kind of buns because it didn't move, but I don't know, man. The rework feels a little bit too overpowered. We'll get to Furnace, though, but yeah, I think Fire Spirit should have a slight nerf. I think it should do the same amount of damage to the troops as it does now, but on the King Tower or the Princess Towers, it should not do more than the Fireball. E-Spirit, as much as I would love to say this card needs a nerf, it really doesn't. It's pretty balanced. Doesn't do a lot of damage, and not taking out minions, I think, is pretty balanced. Ice Spirit, very balanced. I think, honestly, like top 10 balanced cards. Same with Goblins, bro. Like, you know, they're balanced. Spear Goblins, balanced. Don't really have an issue with them. This is not what I'm here to complain about. Bomber. Even Bomber is balanced, surprisingly. Somehow they managed to not balance Firecracker, but then Bomber's perfectly balanced. Like, even the Evo's balanced, I think. It's 2 elixir, so it does go through stuff, but it doesn't do 1,000 damage like the Firecracker. Bats, also very balanced. Evo Bats. Honestly, Evo Bats could use a slight buff. I don't really know. Sometimes it dies to zap, other times it doesn't. I think it's because if they heal that they don't die to zap. So yeah, I think it's pretty balanced actually. Zap, again, very balanced. Evo Zap, honestly, pretty balanced. It's kind of hard to balance a card like this because Evo Zap now does 2. If you guys remember, I'm pretty sure it used to do 3. Which, oh, that was too many. 3 was too many. I feel like 2 is not enough. So yeah, we'll just stick with 2. It's good enough. Giant Snowball, Evo Snowball, pretty balanced. Does take some skill to use. Berserker, also pretty balanced. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what the nerf was about. She attacks relatively quick. You know, I mean, it's a pretty balanced card. It's a good 2 elixir card, but it can also be taken out super easily. Same with the Knight, bro. Generationally balanced card. Evo Archers, generationally balanced. All these, I'm not here to complain about these, though. Just wait till we get to the higher cards, all right? Because then I'm going to be taking more time on cards. Minions, they got the range buff, but now they don't do as much damage, so pretty balanced. Also, they were balanced before, I think. I don't think that the rework was really necessary. Arrows, also very balanced. Evo Cannon, normal cannon, balanced. Goblin Gang, balanced. Skeleton Barrel. I don't think the Evo should do 700 Death Bomb damage if both of them land. That's a little bit overkill, if you ask me. But I don't know. I guess the headquarters Supercell just does not agree with that. I'm curious to know how much the death... I think this is at level 15, right? Yeah, okay. 345 per, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 345 per. I don't know. Somehow I just take 1,000 damage every time this thing lands. Too much death damage. It doesn't need a bonus. It literally does not need a bonus for being evoed, whatever. All right, my favorite card in the game, Firecracker. Why does she do so much? Why does she do, look, range damage, 93. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty balanced. Oh, times 5. Oh, so she's doing 500. Okay. That's kind of balanced. Yeah, she takes out air. If she died to log, I feel like she would be kind of useless. The range, Yeah, okay, the range is the problem, dude. You put her here, and then you put, like, a Mega Knight at the, or, like, I don't know if the video is going to show it, but you know what I'm saying? If she's on the river, you can't see my mouse, but if she's across the river on your side, and she's shooting at something that's across the river on their side, it'll reach tower. Why? Why should the little things that spout off on the end, they don't need to reach tower? Then, that brings up the Evo. So the Evo does the same amount of damage, except that it's like flashing. It's like doing this over and over and over for 4 seconds, which is insane. And the range, why is the range doing so much? One Evo firecracker shot is 500 damage. And the thing is, you have to literally predict it with the arrows. The arrows have too much delay. If you don't predict it with arrows, it'll land, guaranteed. It's getting one shot off at least. This doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but when it comes down to an overtime game, oh, it matters. And especially against Hog Firecracker, oh my goodness. That card needs a range nerf. I think the damage is balanced if it doesn't have the amount of range, but range and damage? What? No. Royal Delivery is super underrated. I think it's balanced. Same with Skelly Drags. They have just the right amount of health. Very balanced card. Mortar, I also think is pretty balanced. And the thing is, it'll lock on your tower if the troops are too close, so it's kind of, it does take skill. It's a little bit different than Expo. I think it's balanced. Evo Tesla, yeah, pretty balanced. Barbs, pretty balanced. Minion Horde, also pretty balanced, just kind of depends on how you use it. All right, Rascals, I was waiting to say this one. So I don't think Rascals are balanced. And I'm not saying that they're under or over, like they're really OP. No, they're not OP enough. This card has basically a 0% usage rate because the little rascals in the back die to a log. Why? Was there genuinely a reason for this? Look, they have 261 hit points at level 11. So let me go check a log real quick because it does more than that. At level 11, 268. So 268 and 261. So they do die to log, which I think is stupid because it's 5 elixir. If it didn't die to log, if the little ones in the back, the rascal girls, didn't die to log, it's balanced. You could use it. But because not, you're literally just getting a rascal boy for 3 elixir, which is just a worse version of a knight and does less damage and attacks slower. So it's pointless. I mean, this card is actually garbage because the rascal girls actually need a buff. Like, they need to have more HP so that they don't die to log. Log doesn't need a nerf. These need a buff. I don't know, man. There's, like, one deck that uses them, and it's not used very much because it's honestly a horrible card, dude. Terrible card. Like, I'm going to be honest. Royal Giant, this one's tough to say, bro. I don't know. I think it's mostly balanced, to be honest. Might do a little bit too much damage, though. I don't know. 400, and if it's level 15, 446. I mean, that's dude, come on now. That's more than a normal giant does, except that this thing has range. So let me actually, I want to see how much the normal giant does. I know it doesn't do 400 and whatever. Yeah, 300. And this is at level 15, by the way, 300. So for one more elixir, you're getting not only an Evo that will literally defend any swarms and or a mini Pekka, it also does over almost 100 damage more, if not over 100 damage more, and it's ranged, and 4,500 hit points. I think the Giant also has the, like, ballpark same amount. Oh, 6,000. So I guess he has a little bit more health, but again, the Royal Giant has an Evo that literally defends off all swarms, as you just saw. I think this needs a damage nerf. I'm going to be honest. I think it should do 406 at level 15. That would be much more balanced. Because for one more elixir, you're literally getting an insanely overpowered Evo, and it's ranged. So, I don't know. That just doesn't seem balanced to me, but hey, I guess Supercell thinks it is, so. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? I don't even know, man. E-Barbs, yeah, this is an interesting one. If used correctly, they seem overpowered on paper, but, dude, they're honestly really easy to counter, and they're really expensive, so. The only deck that really works is Big Yaz's. I'm going to call them balanced and just call it a day. Recruits, with the recent nerf of their charge time, I think it's balanced. I think recruits are pretty balanced. One cycle Evo, but it is 7 elixir, so it does make sense. I think recruits are overall pretty balanced. It's not when you don't have a splash card, but whatever. All right, we're finally onto the rares. So this is where stuff gets interesting. So Heal Spirit. I don't think that this card is balanced. Look, I don't even know. Does it kill spears? Yeah, it doesn't. So here's my thing with Heal Spirit. Nobody is using Heal Spirit as a way to kill troops. Nobody is doing this. And the reason for that is it's like, I mean, even the video is literally showcasing this card is horrible. Horrible card. This card is underused. Now, the thing with the heal is, like, you have to be really careful when balancing something like a heal, because if we remember correctly, back in the OG days, the heal spell was way too OP. Now, the heal spirit, it doesn't heal as much, and it's literally has to walk to its target. So what I think it should do is I think they should make it actually heal a little bit more, but then make its health really, really low. As of right now, it doesn't die to zap. I'm pretty sure. Let me check, actually. I do want to fact check myself here. 230 hit points at level 11. I do not believe it dies to zap or snowball. 230 at level 11. 192 does not. This 179. So it does not die to zap or snowball. So I personally think making the heal spirit die to zap and snowball, so have a really, really low HP, but then making it a little bit more rewarding if you can actually get it off. That way it would be able to be used on defense even. If they have like a big golem push coming and you got a 3 musketeers down, well, having that on defense could make it super versatile. I think that the heal spirit would have a much higher usage rate if that balance was made, if that change was made. Because, I mean, it doesn't even, look at it, it's barely even healing the hog. Literally does nothing. Completely worthless. I understand it's 1 elixir, but again, I think that it should have a less HP and then it will be able to heal more. So that way it's kind of a trade-off. I think that'd make it much more balanced, much more useful, but not overpowered, because it's still not healing a ton, you know? Don't make it heal so much to the point where it was like heal spell, where it's unstoppable. That's what I think for heal spirit. I think it needs a buff, personally. But more, not really a buff, more or less of a rework. But Ice Golem, pretty balanced. Good for kiting, love it. Absolutely love to see it. Sus Bush. All right, for 2 elixir, this thing literally does not need to be doing, at level 11, 256 damage. And now at level 15, these things each do like 500. It's literally like 480 or something. It's insane. It's kind of underused. It's only good in hyperbait, but I mean, dude, if this thing connects on your tower, you can't really get a positive trade on this without waiting. Well, what if they put something else? Then you can't really wait. So you can't really get a positive trade, meaning this card's super unbalanced. You can't just eat it. It's 500 damage each, and they're going to get 2 hits off guaranteed if you don't do anything. Each, guaranteed, and then there's still going to be 1 alive, so you're essentially eating over, like, it might as well just take your whole tower. This has not ever been balanced since release. They nerfed it a little, but, yo, it's too much damage, bro. Too much! 500 per is too much for a 2 elixir. If it was 3, maybe. I don't know, bro. That does not seem balanced to me. I think it needs a damage nerf. That thing is kind of insane, dude. Tombstone, ultimately pretty balanced. Honestly kind of useless in a lot of scenarios now because the Evil Witch doesn't heal from other skeletons, but it still works in some decks pretty well. Mega Minion, also a very balanced card. Don't think anyone's really had complaints about this thing before. Dart Goggins. I think, personally, that this card doesn't need a nerf on the health or even the damage. I don't think it does. What I do think is when you deploy it, it should sit for a little bit longer, because otherwise you literally have to hover skeletons or hover Ice Spirit or hover E Spirit to counter it. Because if you wait till it and then you click, you have to click the card and then you click, it's too late, bro. It's already on your tower. I know it's supposed to be a fast card, but that is the only thing. I don't think you should be able to throw it in bridge and then literally just play based off of reaction time. I don't think that's a good way to play the game. I don't think it's balanced in the slightest. So I do think after it's delayed, it should wait a little bit longer. Apart from that, pretty balanced, honestly. It's a good card, can be taken out by log. Pretty balanced. I just think it should be maybe a little bit more delayed so that you're not guaranteed that damage. Earthquake, also very, very balanced. Takes out a cannon and stuff like that, you know. If you predict it, it takes out a cannon perfectly and your hog will get a hit. So it really comes down to skill on that one. Elixir Golem. All right, this is a fun one. So Elixir Golem, I understand it donates your opponent elixir and it's 3 elixir. That's the problem. It's 3 elixir, but how much damage does it do? 230. Elixir Golemite, 116. Elixir Blob, 58. So yes, the damage is going down. It's also the number of them is multiplying. So you can essentially double it. 116 doubled. That's actually 232, meaning it's doing more damage than the big one. And this one's 58 times 4. So if you do that, 232, again, more damage than the base. So, and this is a level 10. Obviously, if it was higher, it'd be more. But level 15, way too much damage. Whoa, way too much damage. Yeah, you're giving your opponent elixir, but the thing is, they're always playing like E-Dragon or something stupid behind it that's going to be taking out your troops at the same time. So while it's giving them elixir, you're just giving them the elixir to defend more. This card is horrible. I hate this card. It needs a damage nerf is what it needs, because if it didn't do 500 damage every time it hits, it would be way more balanced. And that's at level 15. I only have a level 10. I'm never upgrading this card. I'm not that much of a cornball. Not that much of a cornball, never upgrading this card. But yeah, this thing needs a damage nerf ASAP. Because yes, you're donating them elixir. It's also cheap, so you can get 2 or 3 of them down at once. Maybe multiple or split lane. And then even worse, the cards that are being played behind it is just, yeah, it's helping, but the opponent is using the elixir they get from that to replenish their troops after the ones they put behind the eagle is being taken out, basically, if that makes sense. It's, yeah, you're giving them elixir, they're just spending it on more troops because your troops are taking it out. So stupid. Does way too much damage. This thing can take literally, this plus an E-Drag can take a whole tower. And it's really hard to stop. I think it's stupid. If you don't kill the E-Drag, it's just GG. So yeah, that card needs not a health nerf, but a damage nerf. Musk, balanced. I would say this card is 100% balanced. It's balanced, man. I don't know. Mini Pekka. Yeah, this card needs a nerf. This card needs a nerf. It literally does 1,097 damage at level 15. All right, it's a Pekka, but let's compare the 1,097 to a normal Pekka. Let's just compare. Now this is level 12. Let's just go to level 11. 816 at level 11. Mini Pekka. Pause. 755. So he does about 60 less damage than a normal Pekka. Mind you, a normal Pekka 7 elixir. How much hit points does he have at level 11? 1433. Obviously the normal Pekka has a lot more, so I do understand that. But the mini Pekka attacks faster. So this one has 3,700. This one only has how much? 1,400. So it's a little under half. But again, this thing attacks way quicker, does the same amount of damage, so the health isn't really the biggest issue. It's when you put something in front of this and then it's behind, or it's played fully defensively, this card wipes. It wipes a Hog Rider. It literally kills a Prince. Why can it kill a Prince? A Prince is a mini tank with a charge that does over 1,000 damage, and this thing survives it. This is not balanced. This is not balanced. In the slot, like... Let me chill. It's just not balanced. I'm sorry. This card is not balanced. It needs a damage nerf. At level 15, it does almost 1,100 damage. It should be doing 900 max. I'm sorry. It's 4 elixir. I know people love this card, but bro, especially if you put this thing behind a golem GG's, just wrap it up. Every single one of your ground troops is gone to this thing. Way too much damage. I understand. Oh, but it's a Pekka. It's supposed to be doing good damage. Too much. Too much. All right, Goblin Hut. Yeah, I got some stuff about this. This rework, it needed the rework. I do agree it completely needed the rework. I think they should spawn less. I don't know, man. The hit points of it is already relatively high. I mean, 1,100 damage for 4 elixir, or 1,100 health. Let's look at this check. For 4 elixir, right? 1,100 health at level 11. This one, the Tesla, also 1,100. So what are you getting with the Tesla that you're not with that? The Tesla... doesn't spawn goblins. This does spawn goblins, meaning this actually forces out more elixir. You have to zap, you have to rage. You don't zap a Tesla, you don't rage a Tesla. Maybe you earthquake it, but that's the max. Well, guess what? Earthquake doesn't kill spears. So I do agree, while they should come out with spear goblins. Good rework, Supercell. Actually pretty good rework. The spawn speed should probably be 2.1, maybe 2.2 seconds. If they spawn too many and you don't have a thing for it, it'll wipe your whole push. I'm sorry, man. I understand it having a lot of health. Okay, that's fine. Well, we can't spawn that many goblins, and we can't be spawning goblins every 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds. So I think it needs a spawn time nerf, not health. Or they could do health and then have the spawn time be the same. Whatever. You know, one of the two. It'll balance it either way. It's like literally on a balancing meter. It'll balance it. Trust me. Right now, it's not balanced. Goblin Cage. All right. In other words, Evo Diddy Cage. Yeah, this thing normally is good. Evo, you know what? Honestly, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know about 1 cycle. I think if it's 2, that would just be too bad, you know? This is another hard one to balance. Because, I mean, if they just spell it, then, you know, it's kind of useless at that point. So, yeah, I think it's pretty balanced, honestly. Fireball, very balanced. Don't really need to say anything. Valkyrie. What did I just knock off my desk? I don't even know, man. Yeah, I got a word to say with Supercell about this. How has nobody said anything about this? No one has said a word about this. This card has been okay, not only is it the longevity, not only is it the versatility, but it is also the fact that this card is literally the 20x better version of Knight in 90% of scenarios for one more elixir. This card's not balanced. If you guys go to Royale API right now and you filter all the cards by usage rate, you're going to get Princess Tower, you're going to get Arrows, Fireball, Log, Vines, because Vines was pretty meta last season. Very overpowered spell. Good thing they nerfed it. It's balanced again. Valkyrie's the #1 card. Like, actual card, it's Valk. This card, literally, let's just start with the longevity factor. It has never gone out of the meta. This card has been able to be used since release. Very overpowered in that scenario. I understand, you know, look at it. It's a good card. I like the ability that it can spin in circles and do splash damage. It's amazing, whatever. The versatility. This card will work in any deck archetyped. And the only reason for that is because her health and her damage are way too high for 4 elixir. Mini tank, that's great. Mini tanks don't normally do a hefty amount of damage. All right, well, she does a pretty decent amount of damage. Maybe you wouldn't consider it hefty. Whatever, that's fine. She has splash. Oh. So this is the only card in the game that you throw in the middle of a 50 elixir push. And it wipes it. It wipes it. Yeah, it does. It does, especially if it's devoed. It wipes it. I like the idea of being able to have a card that you put in the middle of a big push and it helps DPS it down. You should not be able to wipe even 7 elixir, 8, maybe 9 elixir, 10 elixir max with this. This thing will counter a 3 Musketeers if you play it right. No, that's not balanced, Supercell. No. It either needs a health nerf, a damage nerf. I mean, we can't take its splash away. Like, the splash is its ability. That's dope. 1 more elixir for splash alone is already good. Already good value off that. But then you give it more HP and you give it, like, more damage and it does splash? Don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, it needs a nerf in a bunch of areas to be more balanced. And as for this, they did take away the bonus HP. Don't know why she ever had it. Was never balanced to begin with. Supercell finally realized and nerfed it. Thank goodness. I think it's hit points. If you want it to be a mini tank, nerf the damage. If you want it to be more of like a damage dealing, you can stick it in the middle and it does a good damage, nerf its hit points. You can choose, Supercell. I don't really care. One of them needs to be nerfed. And the tornado radius, 5.5. Let's check a normal tornado. Just want to point this out real quick. 5.5. Oh, so it literally just does the spell over and over and over again. Oh, let's check the damage on tornado. Hold up. Let's check the damage at level 11. The damage, 84. Okay, tornado's also been nerfed in the ground. 84. The tornado on this one, one sec, 92. Oh, sorry, that's level 12. 84. Okay, so it's the exact same. So you're literally, for 1 more elixir, you're not only getting a full card with health, damage, and splash, this thing also does a tornado of normal. You cannot tell me this is balanced. The radius needs to be 4. The tornado damage needs to be like 60. Come on, what are we doing? How is this? It's literally just spamming tornadoes of normal tornado value. 5.5 radius? Dog. That's something only the spell should be able to do. This thing should have a 4, maybe a 3.5 radius. And the tornado damage should not do as much as a normal tornado. I know normal tornado is nerfed. It should not. It'll kill minions in 3 swings. So then there you go. They have a minion horde. GG's. It's gone in 3 swings, which happens in like 2 seconds, by the way. This card's not balanced. Nobody talks about it. Not a single person on this earth I have ever heard complain about this. How? How? This card has literally like a 26% usage rate. It's so dumb. Actually, it's more like 16. Still, that's really high. It's not balanced. It's not. This is not a balanced card, Supercell. Come on. Why does it have the tornado radius and damage of a normal tornado? I don't need to say anymore. Nerf it, man. Nerf it. Battle Ram, very, very balanced. I like Battle Ram. Bomb Tower, also very balanced. I think it's a very balanced card. Hog, pretty balanced. Does seem to always get a hit. I don't know, man. You just gotta defend better, I guess. Pretty good card, not gonna lie. Pretty balanced. Flying Machine. All right, very balanced in terms of health and damage. I do agree. Here's what I don't agree upon, right? So the Flying Machine's shadow will be over the bridge, but it won't be. Right there. The Flying Machine should be in range of the tower at that point. Are we serious? And the thing is, if you literally, bro, it takes, you have to have the most perfect timing, the most perfect placement to stop the flying machine from locking onto your tower. And it's really difficult. If you mess up, let's say there's anything else happening. If it's just a flying machine, whatever, it should be fine. If there's some other things happening on right lane and flying machine's left lane, I'm sorry, bro, you're probably not going to be able to get it on time. The card literally has way too much radius. Its range is way too long. Look at its range, 6, and it's flying, bruh. 6. Make it 5.5. Balanced. Just like that, it's balanced. Make it 5.5 balanced. All right, battle healer. I think it's pretty balanced, honestly. Pretty balanced. Works in specific decks. Pretty balanced. Zappies. Okay, I don't think these are balanced. I just have no clue how to balance them. Because if all three of them are there, again, it basically freezes the troop in place. But you can take them out with a fireball. So I guess if your deck doesn't have fireball, Zappies really are bad for you, but they don't do much damage. They don't have much health. They honestly don't shoot that fast. It's just, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to balance these. I know that they're not balanced. I really don't know how to balance them. It's really interesting. I have no clue, guys. Don't ask me on that one. That's the one card I have no clue how to balance, but I can tell you it's not balanced. But anyways, I know Furnace is unbalanced. I'm glad they increased the speed so it spawns less Fire Spirits. Again, though, if Fire Spirit was a little bit more balanced, the card as a whole would be more balanced. And apart from that, I don't know. I think it should be a little bit less damage on... you know, 179, it's pushing, I think 160, 155 would be better, personally. I don't think it should do that much damage. It's a little bit hefty. Spawn speed 7 seconds, I think that's fine. If the Fire Spirit was nerfed, again, that'd be much better. They did nerf the Evo. The Evo's very balanced now. I like it. Pretty balanced, just could use a little bit of a damage nerf, and then obviously if the Fire Spirits were nerfed, perfect. Goblin Molisher, very balanced. Don't really have any complaints with it. Doesn't attack air. If it attacked air, oh, I'd have complaints. It does not. So that's very balanced. Giant, very balanced. Been balanced since release. Wizard, also pretty balanced. It can be difficult. It can be difficult with the shield. It can be very difficult. But, I mean, it is 5 elixir. Wizard, yeah. I think I'm going to have to say it's balanced. I'm going to honestly have to say it's balanced. Inferno Tower, pretty balanced. Royal Hogs. All right, these are not balanced. Let's be honest. They can die to a fireball pretty easy. I do agree. But the tower does 0 damage to them. I mean, look, it literally takes 10 hits for the tower to kill them. Why? They each, at level 12, almost have 1,000 hit points. That's a little hefty. But the argument is there, if you nerf their health, well, then Fireball's going to one-tap them. They're going to be completely useless. Agreed. So what are we going to do? We can't nerf their health. We can't buff the Princess Tower. Nerf the damage. Why do they do so much? I don't know what they are at level 15. I honestly couldn't tell you. It's upwards of 100, and then there's 4 of them. And I mean, this is like every almost second, so they're basically doing 500 damage. It's way too much. The damage needs to be nerfed. I think at max it should be 100, probably at level 15. Very maximum 100. Probably 95 would be a lot better. I don't know. We can't nerf the hit points. Obviously, Fireball will take the hit. It'll just kill them instantly. It'll literally just wipe them. Don't agree with that. The damage I do, in fact, needs a nerf. It needs a nerf. They do way too much damage, especially like with things like Bowler. Like, oh, bro. Yo, it's not really a hard counter. It should be a hard counter in theory. It's not. I don't know. So, yeah, they need a damage nerf. A lot of a damage nerf. And I don't know. Supercell's probably not going to do it, but Rocket, pretty balanced. Barbarian Hut. This card needs a rework, man. There's infinite ideas you could do with this. Genuinely. It's so bad. It's so bad. 6 elixir. If it was 5, I think it'd be good. But for 5, then it's already overpowered. I don't know, man. I don't know what... this card, I get the ideas there, but... I really don't know. Now, I think what would make this more balanced is to make it like the Goblin Hut. If you make it like the Goblin Hut, where it's spawning a Barbarian every now and then, much more balanced. Keep it 6 elixir, make it about a 3 to well, let's say 2.7 to 3 seconds, I think would be balanced. Because they're going to have to spell it, right? They're going to have to spell it. But it's 6 elixir, and it's spawning slower than the goblins. I think that'd be perfectly balanced. That would be the perfect rework, in my opinion. Elixir Collector, pretty balanced. Really bad if you don't have a punish for it. So, again, I play Giant Graveyard most of the time. Been experimenting with other decks. Been playing this one. Love it. Kind of also hard, though, with Zappies. And then, obviously, this deck is pure skill. I love that deck. And it's only good because of the Firecracker, let's be honest. But anyways, yeah, if you're playing this deck, you literally have to go Giant Graveyard. If you don't have that, I'm sorry, you lose against Pump. It's bad. I've seen Jinxie complain about it multiple times. It is really bad, but it is pretty balanced. So 3Ms, also very balanced. Can be bad, but again, dude, 9 elixir. Yeah, it's balanced, trust me. Mirror, pretty balanced. Don't really know what you could say about Mirror. Barbarian Barrel. Yep, this card, if you consider this a card, it's actually higher than Valkyrie, but I technically consider it a spell. Even Supercell right there says spell. So, yeah, it just kind of is the better version of Log. If you look at this, let's go to level 11. It does 240 damage. Check out the Log. The Log has a little bit more of a range. I think it's 3 tiles instead of... Oh, wait, actually, maybe the Bar Barrel's 3. I'll check. 268. And this one's for the same elixir cost. 240. So, Log does a bit more. Its width is 2.6, I guess. There's your answer. So, can it kill all 3? Yeah. I would technically consider that 3, but I guess it's technically 2.6. Let's see what the Log says. It probably just says 3, but... Again, it's for 2 more elixir, but the thing is, with 3.9, all right, I don't know about that. Whatever. Again, it's basically just a better version of Log, I think, at this point. Log works better in some decks because of the range, but, I mean, this thing is kind of overpowered in a lot of decks. I'm not going to lie. It does definitely need a nerf. I think the Barbarian... Now, I want to check this just before. Let's go level 11. I guess we can't tell. Well, I'll just do level 12, whatever. Level 12, its hit points is 736. So, if we check a normal Barbarian... I believe this is... Well, actually, what level are these? Oh, level 12. Perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, but Barbarian hit points 809. And this one is what? 736. So it does have a little bit of a HP nerf. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I should have even a little bit more of an HP nerf. Because the thing is with Splash Air, bro, you just spam this thing in the graveyard, and it's kind of GG's. It's really hard to defend. I think they should have a little bit more of an HP nerf. As of right now, let me check on how many bullets it takes to kill it. Let's check. Hopefully the replay shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it takes 7 bullets to kill it. I think it should take 6. That way, number 1, it's not guaranteed to hit. And number 2, it'd be a little bit more defensible. Maybe even 5. I think 5 would actually be perfect. For 2 elixir, pretty OP card, not gonna lie. It has a really, really high usage rate for that purpose. Don't agree with it, but can't really say anything about it. Wall breakers. Oh, I got something to say about these. I do agree that they should make it to the tower, guaranteed if you don't do anything, and it's evenly leveled. I agree with that. 500 damage at max level is way too much. 569 damage to a cannon, perfect. 569 damage to a princess tower, nope. Should be doing 485 max. 485 max. Why do I say 485? That's a random number I made up. Nope. It's less than 500, meaning if you combine it, it does not do 1,000 damage. It actually does 970. Much more balanced. Much more balanced. Trust me, that number right there would have changed so many games. The Evos, it's hard to defend. E-Spirit Barb Barrel perfectly defends. Not a positive trade. I'm sorry. Not a positive trade. I don't think that... Okay, runner. Okay, so these ones do 569 base, but then you have the runner that does 286. Again, if they just made the 569 down to 485, much better. Perfectly balanced. It just needs a damage nerf, man. I'm going to be honest. I think the health is fine. Damage nerf, yes, sir. That's what it needs. Been complaining about these cards for a while. Rage, pretty balanced. They've been nerfing it, though. So, honestly... I don't think anyone really used it as much for the damage. It kills spear goblins on the back of the Goblin Gang and skeletons. That's about it. That's all people really know about it. It's all you need to know about it. It's mainly used for purposes of rage, obviously, making it go faster. Pretty balanced. Goblin Curse. Yeah, I don't think it should tick skeletons quite as quick. 3 ticking skeletons. It's 3 tick, right? Let me check. Nah, the Goblin. Okay, let's check. I'm pretty sure it's 3 ticking skeletons. Let's check, though. 1, 2, 3. I think it should make it 4 tick. 4 tick skeletons. The problem is, you can combine it with Rage, and then it just instantly converts them. If you play that card against a witch... Let me make sure OBS is still recording. I don't want to... Okay, good. it's quit before. It's stupid. If you play it against a witch, it'll literally counter the witch. And that's if it's on the Princess Tower. If the opponent's Princess Tower is also shooting, it'll also counter the witch. It's really dumb. I think it should 4 tick because... Yeah, I just think I'd make it more balanced. 4 tick skeletons, balanced card. Perfectly balanced, perfectly still usable. I do think it should bring back damage amplification of 20%. or maybe even 15%. I do think that was so cool. Damage amplification, come on now. That was genuinely peak. Ken figured that out. Props to Ken, bro. That's amazing. I ain't gonna lie. That was so good, bro. I loved it. But yeah, now there's no damage amplification and it 3-tick skeletons, so it's just kind of terrible. Unless, of course, you're playing against Graveyard, then it's perfect. Also, perfectly defends Graveyard. Yeah. So stupid, so stupid, so stupid. All right, but yeah, make it 4-tick skeletons. We're good. Guards, very balanced. Don't have a complaint with them. Do not think arrows should kill them. Oh, but I can't get a positive trait on that. You're not supposed to be, bro. That's the entire point of the card. It doesn't die to arrows. The shields are there. But it's also really easy to counter with like a bomber or a firecracker. Firecracker almost kills them. Very balanced, by the way. Goblin barrel, balanced. Not gonna lie, balanced. Vines, after nerf, very balanced. Pre-nerf, oh nah. Oh nah. Oh nah, not balanced in the slightest. It'll capture 3 now instead of 5. Much more balanced. Tornado, not balanced. This card needs a buff. Why does it not do damage? Why do they keep nerfing Tornado? It should be able to kill skeletons. All right, it should be able to kill skeletons and the spirit goblins in the back of the Goblin Gang. It should not be able to kill normal goblins or minions. Just make it do that, man. It's balanced. That's it, bro. That's all. That's literally it. Clone, balanced. Very balanced. Very good, but it's 1-tap, so perfect. Void, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Prime Void, very, very overpowered. Would fully kill a baby drag. Now it doesn't, and if there's 2 troops, GG's. I just think it needs a little bit of a damage nerf, but don't make it Prime Void, though. Don't make it Prime Void, because if it's Prime Void, it's way too overpowered. Just give it a little bit of a damage buff. I think Void's usable again. As right now, very bad, very horrible usage rate, terrible card. Baby Dragon was very unbalanced when the cycle was 1, but they made it 2 recently, so it's balanced again. I think it's balanced. Pretty balanced, honestly. Before I would have complained about it. Last season, oh my, I complained about it so much. Horrible card, especially with Golem. Oh, horrible. It's balanced now. Dark Prince. All right, why did we buff this? The normal Prince was better than the Dark Prince. So instead of being like, well, I think since the Dark Prince is worse than the Prince, and the Prince is really overpowered, let's nerf the Prince. Instead of doing that, they were like, well, the Dark Prince is a lot worse than the normal Prince, and the Prince is really overpowered, so let's just buff the Dark Prince and make them both overpowered. What is that thinking? No. Not good thinking. Bad thinking. Horrible. How are people getting paid 100 bands a year for this? How? How are you getting paid that much? Sorry. What is the thought process there? Just nerf it. Put the Dark Prince back to how it was. Put the Prince how it is now. It's balanced. Now the Dark Prince is the superior because it does way too much damage. And it's splash, again, for 1 less elixir. Like, come on, Supercell. Revert it. You nerfed the Prince. Great. Revert the Dark Prince. It's balanced again. Gosh. What is this balancing team? Freeze, balanced. Very balanced. Rune Giant. I think it's underrated. I think it should do 3 targets. If it does 3 targets, balanced. It doesn't. It does 2, so it's kind of pointless, not gonna lie. Pretty bad card. If it did 3 targets, very balanced. That's all I need to say. Poison, balanced. Don't have complaints with that. Hunter. I think Hunter's very balanced as a card, but the Evo, dude, this card is so smart. I've literally seen a clip where the Evo Hunter shoots a net at the Mega Knight, turns around, starts DPSing something else. The second the net breaks on the Mega Knight, turns back to the Mega Knight, nets it again, turns back to what he was DPSing, and then DPSs it again. It's way too smart. Why is this card so smart? I don't know. If he nets the Mega Knight, he should DPS the Mega Knight. He shouldn't net the Mega Knight, save it for later, and then DPS something else, and then when the net breaks, turn back, net it, go back. No. It does not need to be that smart. Supercell, we don't need to make all the cards so smart, all right? Nope. That was not a good idea. Not balanced. Make him, whatever he nets is what he's locked onto until it's dead. Balanced. There you go. Whatever. Goblin Drill. Goblin Drill alone, very balanced. The Evo, oh, dude, this freaking Evo sucks. This Evo's so horrible. But to be honest, I don't really know what a better Evo would be. So I'm just going to say balanced. Just don't use the Evo, bro. Literally just don't use the Evo. Evo Witch, after all the nerfs, she's balanced. I'm going to say she's balanced. She was low-key balanced to begin with. Now she's probably a little bit underbalanced. I think the Witch herself should have an HP nerf, and then the heal of the skeleton should be what they are now. But Supercell just loves to nerf the Witch a billion times over. So, again, doesn't really matter what I think. I'm going to say balanced, but if they wanted to balance it better, buff the HP of the witch only slightly, only slightly, only slightly. As of right now, she has 1,220 hit points at max on Evo and not Evo. Make that 1,275 to 13. We're good. Balloon, I'm going to say balanced, probably does a little bit too much damage. 930. Okay, bro. I mean, come on, it can literally 4-tap a tower with a death bomb, I'm pretty sure. Or I guess it's technically 5, but if they get 1 ounce of damage. I'm gonna say balanced, but if they wanted to balance it more, again, nerf the damage down to 900. Much more balanced. Because then that way you're getting 120 less damage on your tower after 4 hits. But yeah, pretty balanced so far. Prince, now after they nerfed him, he's finally balanced again. His charge is now 2.5 tiles yet again. He does do a lot of damage, but he's also 5 elixir, so I'm going to say Prince is balanced. Electro Dragon. So, here's my thing with the Electro Dragon, dude. It doesn't die to Fireball, great. It does die to Lightning, great. Amazing. Why does its electricity go through infinite targets and then keep going? What? No. Going through 15 targets. Great, amazing idea. Make it chain through as many targets as you want. After it hits the 1 zap through a billion targets, at Evo it should do 2. It should go back through them twice. That's it. Not 4 times. 4 times is way too much. This thing is so hard to kill if it's behind a golem. Elixir chain damage, it does more. That's fine, whatever. But why is its chained attacks infinite? Okay, that's fine. Why does it stun, go back? Let's say you have, what's something with a decent amount of HP? Let's say you have a Prince, a Golem, and I don't even know, bro. Let's say you have a bunch of troops down that have a decent amount of HP. I don't know. An Executioner, a Bowler, a Prince, and you have a Golem at the bridge. All of those are down. All of them. Every single one of them. The E-Drag gets 1 shot off, it's gonna go a billion times through everything. Literally, why? Why does it go through everything 14 times? Make it zap once down and zap once back, and then it has to attack again. There's no reason it should be doing more than that. That's all I need to say. That would make it balanced. Otherwise, completely broken card. Bowler, balanced. Executioner, Evil Executioner, very balanced. Kind of annoying to play against, sometimes balanced. Cannon Cart. Again, hard card to balance. Okay. Alright. What was the opponent thinking? I never watched the video for Cannon Cart. If you have a hog going down and the Cannon Cart is DP, why would you Lightning? That just makes the hog not get a hit. What? Okay, I don't know who the frick is playing against that, but whatever. I think it needs just a slight health nerf. The rework, honestly, I think made it better, if you ask me. But it still does a lot of damage. Let's check. At level 11. Oh, 212, okay. Let's check a normal cannon. Pretty sure it does less, but don't quote me. 211? 212. Oh, did I say 212? So it does the same amount then. Must. 212. Yeah, 212. So yeah, so it does the same amount of damage as a normal cannon, but it's on wheels. Yeah. Don't let it lock on your tower, bro. Don't let it. And again, it won't lock on your tower. You'll take it out. But dude, frick, this thing on defense is crazy. I'm gonna say balanced, but if they want to make it more balanced, a little bit of a health nerf would be really nice. Giant Skeleton. Okay, I actually like this card. I'm gonna say balanced. I'm just gonna say balanced. I think it's balanced. The Death Bomb on the Crown Tower should not do so much. It probably does. 1,000 at level 11. Oh, level 15 is way more, by the way. Yeah, it should do less. I'm going to be honest. It should do a lot less damage to the Crown Tower than it does. Apart from that, pretty balanced, not going to lie. Because I like the idea of it wiping counter pushes. That's amazing. Wiping counter pushes is great. Wiping counter pushes and also taking the tower? Oh, wait, but that was not in the handbook. Nope, wasn't in the handbook. But otherwise, it's balanced, though. Lightning, pretty balanced. Kind of annoying, it kills the witch, but you know, whatever. All right, Goblin Giant. Finally, we got to my favorite card. All right, so this card right here, they nerfed the HP, they've nerfed the attack time, they've nerfed everything on this card. The reason it's still so overpowered is because it does 500 damage a second because the Spear Goblins are also on the tower. So hear me out, Supercell. Instead of nerfing the damage that the Goblin Giant does, the range of the Spear Goblins, and the attack time of the Goblin Giant, how about we rework this so the spear goblins just don't hit the tower? If the spear goblins don't hit the tower, they'll still be there to take out other troops they place afterwards, but it's going to be doing 300 damage a second instead of literally 500. Best rework of all time. Tell me I'm a genius without telling me I'm a genius. Why can the spear goblins lock on the tower? That's the only reason it's OP. The spear goblins are on tower. Rage, GG's. It's literally doing 1,000 damage a second. It's way too overpowered. Way too even the Evo is balanced. I think the Evo is balanced. If we rework it so the spear goblins do not lock onto tower, that means if you place skeletons on it after the Goblin Giant's on the tower, the spear goblins will kill the skeletons. I understand that. Who in their right mind would do that anyways? I mean, maybe because the spear goblins are already on the tower doing 1,000. Just make it so the spear goblins don't get on the tower. If the spear goblins can't lock on tower, card's balanced. I've never heard anyone propose that, by the way. No one has ever proposed that. Very balanced if that happens. Expo, balanced. Pekka, pretty balanced. Now here's my thing with the Evo though, right? Here's my thing with the Evo. His heal per death, does too much. It does too much. If the Pekka kills another Pekka, it should heal a pretty good amount. If the Pekka literally kills another Pekka, it should heal a lot. I agree. If the Pekka kills a skeleton or a goblin, it should not be healing 107. All right. Just make it heal the HP of the other things, divided in half. It's balanced. It's literally balanced. Well, okay, that's actually probably even pushing it. Nah, don't do that. Just make it heal at a ratio of the other cards. The ratio right now is too high. If it kills a goblin, it's healing way too much. If it's healing a Pekka, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's healing enough. I don't think it heals enough if it kills another Pekka. So just kind of make that spread more instead of closer, because right now when it's closer, when it's killing a Pekka, it's not healing enough. When it's killing a goblin, it's healing way too much. Make it like this. When it's healing goblin, balanced. When it's healing a Pekka, it's a lot of health, balanced. That's all the Evo needs. The card itself is very balanced. If that was the case, perfect. E-Giant, I'm going to say it's balanced. Really annoying to play against sometimes, but it's balanced. Golem, all right. Why did we nerf? What? No, not nerf. Why did we buff this? Why did we give this more tower damage? And the Golemites, why do they do so much damage? They do over 100 at level 15, the Golemites. I understand it's 8 elixir. They don't need to do that much damage. Nerf the damage. That's it, nerf damage. The Golem isn't necessarily supposed to do massive amounts of damage on the tower. The Golem is supposed to be a tank that will allow other troops behind it to do damage onto things, maybe the tower. The Golem should not be doing 500 damage, and the Golemites should not be doing 200 damage a second, 250 damage a second. Nope. Nerf the damage, it's balanced. Log, balanced. Honestly, probably needs a little bit of a buff. They keep nerfing it over and over again. Whatever. It really isn't. At level 15 is balanced. At level 14 is not, because it can't kill a level 15 princess. Like, what? Like, make it so level 13 log can't kill level 15. Whatever. Princess balanced, honestly. Minor, yeah, well, I don't know why we keep nerfing this card, but I do think every time they nerf it, it's balanced, so, I mean, I'm not going to complain. Pretty balanced. Ice Wizard. Yeah, health-wise, balanced. You can kill him with a fireball. Now, is that a positive trade? Nope, it's not. My problem isn't with his health or his damage. He doesn't do much of either, or doesn't have much of either. My problem is the slowdown effect. Why does he slow them to so much? He basically freezes these things. Make him slow it to half speed. That's it. Half speed, balanced. Why is it slowing it to 70%? How is that balanced? It's basically just freezing the troops. Make it slow it. Just make it so that it doesn't slow it as much, and it's balanced. Bandit, pretty balanced. Not gonna lie, 3 elixir. Bandit's pretty balanced. Fisherman, all right. This card alone is balanced. On paper, very balanced. But then you put it into a game, this card is the smartest card ever. Not this, whatever this scenario is here, that's not smart. That's not the card being smart. It's just the card doing what it's supposed to be. There's been certain niche scenarios where I'm like, the Fisherman can't do this physically. And then he does it because it's the smartest card in the game. This card is the smartest card in the game. It'll literally yank the perfect troop. There's 15 skeletons in front. Nope, he'll yank the witch somehow. I don't know, man. Make this card a little bit more dumb, balanced. Inferno Dragon, pretty balanced. The Evo, pretty balanced. People do not let the Evo. I mean, they're scared of it. Valid. That's how it's supposed to be. Very balanced. E-Wiz, pretty balanced, not gonna lie. Phoenix, yeah, this card's not balanced. It needs a buff, bro. They nerfed it too much. I understand it was OP, but oh my. Give it a little bit of a damage boost, a little bit of a death damage boost, a little bit of an HP boost. I think we're chilling. By a little bit, I'm talking 10, 20. 10, 20 damage, 10, 20 hit points. Balanced. And the egg, again, hard to balance. If you make it so that the egg can't die to the tower, then they have to overspend on elixir. They have to log it, whatever. But if it does die to the tower, it feels a little bit underpowered, you know? So I think just leave it as is. Give it a little bit of a health and damage boost. Chilling. Magic Archer, again, dies to Fireball. So pretty balanced. I'm going to have to say it's balanced. Again, can be really annoying to play with when combined with Tornado, but yeah, it's a skill, so can't complain. Lumberjack. Balanced, but the Evo's not. I don't think the Evo should be doing as much as it does, because it goes for the rage duration, right? If that's on your tower, I'm sorry, it's doing 2,000 damage, and you can't kill it, right? I love the idea that you can't kill it. The ghost, you can't kill it. Damage 272, 465, oh. No, so it does the same amount as a normal Lumberjack. Don't agree with that. I think it should do a little bit less. I'm going to be honest, 300. 300, and it's balanced. All the way down to 300, yeah, we need to take that much off of it. The ghost should not do the same amount as the Lumberjack. I think it's stupid, but whatever. Night Witch, pretty balanced. Don't think she should die to Fireball. She should become one tap to Fireball, which I'm pretty sure she already is, so pretty balanced. Mother Witch, she does die to Fireball. I'm going to have to say balanced. It just really hard counters some things like Graveyard. So while it is balanced, the hard counter, it has really extreme hard counters, and it gets hard countered really extremely easy too. So kind of again, a hard one to balance. I'm just going to say it's balanced. Ram Rider, I don't agree with the fact that she can do damage and slow. Multi-targets, hitting different things with her. Is it rope? Is that what she's throwing? I've never been able to figure it out. It's kind of like a boomerang thing, or like nunchucks maybe. Why does she do damage as well as doing a stun effect, kind of? It slows it down. What? No. Oh, Rider. I guess there's the Ram and then there's the Rider. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, she should not stun. Either she should stun or she should do damage, not both. Or make one of them more extreme and one of them a lot less extreme, because literally the stun is like putting it in a freeze again. It's the same thing with the Ice Wizard. It's basically freezing the troop. It's so bad. And then because she's multi-target, she's stunning every single one of them. By the time one ends, she's back to it. Oh, nah. Nah, it's not balanced. Make it do one or the other. Make it really extreme or not extreme. As is right now, it's kind of too overpowered. Oh, Goblin Machine. Finally, we're to my favorite card. Thank you, Supercell, for nerfing this thing. It's much appreciated. I love the nerf. It's not enough. The nerf isn't enough, man. This is not enough of a nerf. You're nerfing it by 50 hit points. Great. We're asking for nerfs. I love it. I love that you're nerfing it. That's so amazing. Nerf it more. Like, come on. Full idea rework right here. So as of right now, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's shooting before it attacks. Why? Why is it shooting before it attacks? Make it so that, hear me out. I don't care what it is right now. I don't care. I know it's broken right now. I do not care. Look, it's shooting rockets. It hasn't even... It's too broken right now. Do not compare this to the normal statistics. This is what the rework needs to be for it needs to be balanced. First thing with this Goblin Machine, keep the health, keep the damage, keep the rocket damage. Everything else is changing. This thing is not shooting a rocket until it hits something. Then, after 2 seconds of it not hitting anything, it has to hit something again to shoot another rocket. That way, if you play it on defense, it's not walking down, spouting out off rockets with nothing with it hitting nothing, right? It's gonna have to hit something again on the attack to be able to spout rockets off. If it's actively attacking something, it has to attack something once every 2 seconds, and then it can shoot rockets. No problem. That is balanced. Then, we're going to nerf the rocket radius to 2 tiles. Now, as of right now, I would love to know what the radius is. Yep, 2.5 to 5? What? 2 flat, or closer. No farther than that. Or 2.5, very max. It does not need to go way too far. 2 to 2.5 tiles, and it is balanced. You know what? 1.5 to 2.5, balanced. 1.5 tiles. It can shoot rockets on something that's right on it. Balanced. 1.5, not right on it, but like a little bit of ways. And then 2.5, balanced. Nerf that to 1.5 to 2.5, and then nerf the make it so that he has to attack something, and then after 2 seconds, he can't spout off rockets. Balanced. That's all it needs. Perfectly balanced card. Perfectly. As of right now, if it's behind a golem, it doesn't have to attack a single thing. It's going to be Goblin Machine, Goblin Machine, and it'll just be walking behind the golem, stuck in its place because the golem's so slow. Goblin Machine, Goblin Machine, kills the witch in 3 hits, by the way. Not balanced. Not balanced. I kind of spit on my camera there. Oops. Yeah. Do those. Perfectly balanced. Again, never heard anyone propose that idea before. Tell me I'm not the greatest balancer of all time. Sparky. Someone get me in the Supercell right now. Balanced. I'm going to say it. Really annoying to play again sometimes. Balanced. Spirit Empress. They did make it balanced. It's balanced. It doesn't counter Hog fully. Balanced. Balanced. Honestly, I thought I would never say this. This card's balanced now. Mega Knight. All right. While this card is balanced up against skill, if you guys have ever been in mid-ladder or anywhere of the trophy range from where you unlock Mega Knight to 9,000 trophies, 10,000. Oh my goodness, the usage rate of this card is through the roof. The usage rate of this card is through the freaking roof. Why do I think that is? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think it needs a rework. The jump range, from the hit points to the jump range to the damage, the spawn damage, I think it just needs overall nerf, man. Nerf the area damage by a little bit. Make it, I don't know, 350. Make the spawn damage 575. Make the jump damage 215. Make its hit points 5500. Balanced. Jump damage. Oh, sorry. Jump damage is 781. The jump, holy frick, that thing is insane. Yeah, nerf the jump damage 620. Spawn damage. Okay, let's make the jump damage the spawn damage the area damage, and the area damage. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm saying way too many things. I'm trying to think of a nerf on the spot for this. It really just needs a nerf to all the damages and a slight nerf to HP, and it's balanced. Like, that's really it, dude. Otherwise, it just overtakes mid ladder so easily. That's really it. Lava Hound, pretty balanced. Pretty balanced. See, the Lava Hound is basically what a golem is, except for the golem does way more damage. So make the golem like a Lava Hound. Bingo! Not so much damage, we're chilling. Little Prince. Before 3-card cycle was gone, very unbalanced. Not a lot of people knew this for some reason, but if it was at max level, you could not get a positive trade. You couldn't fireball it. They just instantly have a 3-card cycle. And people, I've never saw anyone complain about it, which is crazy, because you could not fireball this card. So 3-card cycle, and you can't stop it without overspending. The fireball is already an overspend. Like, already an overspend of Doom. Then you have to, like, log it, too. It's like 6 for 3. Oh, not balanced. But post 3-card cycle nerf, pretty balanced. Golden Knight, yeah, I don't know about this card, man. 30 works sick. I love it. I actually do. It shouldn't be able to go as far as it can sometimes. It should have an absolute max of being able to hit, like, I'm going to say 6 troops, absolute max. So if it's 6 skeletons, well, maybe don't use it on the skeletons then. Don't use it on a skeleton army. That's a bad idea. If it's 6 big troops, go ahead, use it. 6 goblins, yeah, it's amazing. Great, use it. 6 or 7, no pun intended, units would be much, much more balanced. Not gonna lie. Very, very more balanced. And make his dash radius. It doesn't really, I guess, it doesn't really show his Nah, it doesn't show any stats for his dash. Well, right now he can dash from something from literally 3 tiles diagonally away. No. Nerf how far he can dash, and nerf the amount he can dash. Balanced. Mighty Miner. Balanced. Gonna say it. Balanced. Very balanced card. Archer Queen. Also pretty balanced. If you mess up your defense against it, GG's, I guess, but it dies to lightning, so yeah, balanced. Monk. Yeah. Monk's balanced. Mostly. He's mostly balanced. I think he should have a slight health nerf, but apart from that, honestly, Prime Monk was just so much different than this one. So pretty balanced. Goblinstein. I guess I missed all these boosted cards too, so I guess I'll go over those. Goblinstein balanced. I think Goblinstein's pretty balanced. Boss Bandit, yeah, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's balanced, honestly. It is 6 elixir, and then if you want to use both of the abilities, it's 8, so pretty balanced, not gonna lie. Annoying to play against, again, but yeah, balanced. Alright, Evo Skarmy. What are we doing? What are we doing? It dies to arrows, bruh. I know it's, you know, on the surface looks balanced. It's really honestly underpowered because there's no point in even getting it if it can still just die to arrows. here's what I think. I think it already needs a rework. Here's what I think. When you arrows it, the general has to die. So no more invisible BS. No more invisible, like, put it respectfully. You kill the skeleton, no more invisible stuff. The tower will shoot at the skeletons, maybe, but I think if it's shot just at the general and the skeletons, like, just, you can't shoot the skeletons. The Princess Tower, let's say you were to bridge this. You were to put the skeleton army, Evo skeleton army at the bridge. It's not going to shoot at the skeletons. The second that general walks across, it's going to shoot at the general. Much more balanced. We'd be like, well, that makes it worse, because when it shoots at the skeletons, then they turn invisible, then it has to get through all the skeletons to get to the general, and then they're invisible on the tower. Great, but it dies to arrows, so it's completely worthless. If we make it so that you, because then it'll encourage placing stuff in front of the general, and the arrows can't kill it. So you can still get a positive trade on it. If they throw it at the bridge, well, guess what? You can still get a positive, the tower will literally just kill it. Then the second the general dies, all the skeletons die as well. But when you arrows it, then the general should die, but all the skeletons should still be there. That way, it's a lot more balanced, because then it encourages placing stuff in front of it, if you're getting what I'm saying. As of right now, the arrows kills it. I think the arrows should still kill the general, but I think that after the general is dead, all the skeletons should still be alive and at full HP. And then, because as of right now, you kill the general, all the skeletons die as well, because the arrows, the first wave kills the skeletons and makes them go invisible. The second wave hits the general again, and then the third wave kills the general, and then all of them are already invisible, so it dies. If they made it so that the skeletons are completely invincible, meaning that, like the Evo Lumberjack, the tower doesn't shoot at it either. Nothing will attack the skeletons, but you have to arrows the general first. That way it'd be more balanced, and then the skeletons are killable. That would be more balanced, rather than the whole invisible thing. That's kind of stupid. Evo Royal Ghost, again, looks really overpowered. It's probably going to get nerfed, but whatever. Not out yet. Normal Royal Ghost, pretty balanced. Normal Graveyard, balanced. Normal Skeleton King, honestly balanced. Could use a slight HP nerf, but pretty balanced. And yeah, as for these, Dagger Duchess needs a buff. Man, I'm sorry, this thing freaking sucks. To make it reload a little quicker, I think it's balanced. Canyoneer, pretty balanced. Princess Tower, balanced, obviously. Still, also, I'm at King Tower level 60, and I don't have this, but... Last card, yeah, Royal Chef, pretty balanced, dude. They nerfed it. Gonna have to say balanced. So yeah, that's how I would balance this game. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree. That was a lot of talking. My throat is really dry. I need water. But, dude, I've been thinking about it, bro. I wrote some things down on my notes app on my phone to say. But, again, stuff like the Heal Spirit, the Goblin Machine, the Goblin Giant reworks would literally balance the game out so much. It would balance the game. Every single one of my takes is valid. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments, please. I'm begging you. Someone's gonna say it, but you know, I don't expect this video to get views. But again, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe. I hoped you enjoyed my balancing ideas. I think that would make the game way more balanced personally. I'm gonna go get water. My throat is literally hurting. Peace out. Oh, not an OBS. Guess y'all get to stay with me for the extra outro.